Good morning, everybody. It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and I've got to the point I've had this knife for, I think it's just over a week now. It must be nearly 2 weeks now. A couple of weeks ago, I was sort of talking about how it was with the channel and keeping up with things, and it is quite difficult to run a channel when you don't get sponsorship or, and I was saying that if anybody had any old knives that they wanted to donate to the channel, it would be great. I didn't mind reviewing anything. Well, just let me say that the response from my subscribers has been absolutely just mind-blowingly, I can't think of superlatives. For people that I really don't know other than YouTube, it's surprising just how close this wee family is and how much that warms my heart. It really does warm my heart that you can be friends with people all around the world. We can have discussions, we can have arguments, and yet we've never met face to face, and that bond is still there. I just find that amazing. And as you know, I've showed, if you follow my Facebook, if you don't, pop over and see it. It's under the same name. I post nearly every day, and you'll see some knives before they come on the channel, because they usually go onto Facebook. Sorry, not Facebook, Instagram. They usually go onto Instagram first. So pop over and have a look. But you've noticed recently I've been getting knives sent to me, and it just blows me away. I never mind second-hand knives. I'm just, I've been offered second-hand knives, new knives. People that I don't even really know have offered to send me stuff, and that is just amazing. It just helps the channel, because this is my hobby. It's not, this isn't my work life. I don't get anything for doing this. I do it because of the love of it, and the joy of meeting new people is just immense. And the joy that you've given me in this hobby, and I'm being taught, and it gives me an opening. It gives me, like all of us, it takes you away from everyday life. It just gives you that interest, like men have. This is my shed. So look, I'm getting romantic now, but I just want to thank everybody who has sent, or there's knives on the way from people. I just want to thank you so much. I can't explain it in words, but you'll know what I mean. If you've had something given to you, you know how it is. But anyway, I'm going into this traditional, now not completely, but I'm just sort of swapping over and doing a bit of both traditional and normal knives. And the other week I was given a trapper by Jim at Nicest Knives, and then the week after that I was sent this from America from my mate Baz from Baz and Blades. Both great channels. Please go and see them. And that's another thing, by the way, before I forget. The next video review that I'm doing, there's going to be a shout out of the new channels I found that I'm following, and I'm going to give them, there's about 5 that I'm going to give a shout out. So for those that are on them channels think I don't care, that's nothing further from the truth, but I'd rather do it in one session. Right, I just go on, sorry. Here we are. This is what I was sent, and I just think, look at that. Look at that. Now, this is a Rough Rider, and anybody who's into traditional knives will know what Rough Rider is. This is a metallic box. It's magnet closes it. Look at the design, and this is a heavy box. Look at that beautiful red cherry bone, and it's genuine bone knife. And this is a full-size trapper. So not only did I have the mini trapper, I've been given this full-size trapper. And instead of the Rough Riders logo, they got it on the bolsters here. The end cap, I should say. This is the bolster, sorry, and the end cap. Isn't that just beautiful? Look how beautiful that is. And like all trappers, it's 2 blades. They're the same in most trappers, I believe. Look at the fit and finish in this. I mean, this is, and price means nothing. When you're given a gift, price means absolutely nothing, because Baz himself has gone through a rough time, and yet he had the just wherewithal to think of me and sent me over a knife. I just think that says it all. So, but the fit and finish is nice. This is a $20 knife, and the fit and finish of it is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. The colour on that. I think it's probably just cattle bone and it's dyed. But I mean, it fits in every single orifice. There's not a gap in it, really. Honestly, it just, oh, blows my mind. And the blades, where do you see this blade? This is like the clip blade. Look at that, and it's actually got on it red cherry bone engraved on the side. It's like you would etch in glass up the side of it. Absolutely beautiful. I hope you can see that. It just says red cherry bone. And I know Baz wouldn't have sent this over. He knows that I use blades. Because that's there, the clip blade on any, I've decided I would use, that's for my, like cutting a bit of string or cutting a wee bit of cord. The main spay blade is what I will use for anything that I'm going to, I need to cut myself there because I've got this quite sharp. It's a double, look at that there. Isn't that just a beautiful working blade? And it's got the nail next to a long pull here, and then these are the match strike ones, which I think are lovely. They would have struck their matches on. My words are very hard sometimes for an Irishman. It's just, I'm excited because I think it's such a beautiful thing. And to be able to get such a beautiful thing, it goes to prove that you don't need a whole lot of money to start a knife collection, because when you can get beautiful things like that for a really reasonable price, and it's only a reasonable price when you've got the money to do it, so it really means a lot that Baz went out and done this, and he went and picked it for me, and he couldn't have picked a nicer. It really is just beautiful. Really beautiful. So, I mean, we'll do a few measurements on it. We'll do a few measurements and we'll just see what size the blades are. Now, get my wee brass ruler. Right, the blade is 8 centimetres with a cutting edge of about 7.5. So, it's just under 3 inches. Just under 3 inches cutting edge. So, it's right on the edge here, whether you would get away with it. But because I'm an old fogey, I'll probably get away with it anyway. But the handle on it is about 4 inches, which is just over 10 centimetres. And I'm trying to think, this is a new wee caliper I got, a wee brass one. And it's telling me that this is 2.5 centimetres thick, the blade stock on it. So, you know, it's a fair girth for a knife. A small knife, I should say. And just to show a size comparison between the, I'll leave that there. This is the medium trapper, and then that's the full trapper. Probably put that down there. And right, I'll maybe do this by hand. There we go. There's the size difference, if you can see it. It's not a huge difference, but it is a substantial difference in blade length and blade reach. And just the girth and the thickness of it, but it is just, look at that, isn't that stunning? And it's lovely. I've got the jig bone in one hand and I've got the smooth bone in the other, so I'm getting to experience all the different bones, or the different bones, the different covers that you can get. And that's another thing about the traditional knives, is the covers. There's so many different kinds of burnt stag bone, jig bone. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. And this is a user knife. This is not something that you're going to leave lying about. As I say, because this is etched, I'll not use this in anything rough. I'll tend to use the, oh gosh, I'll tell you what, you see the back spring on it? It's blooming great. Now, I just used my wee cereal thing. It's just to let you see. It's just, look at that. That is razor sharp. Absolutely stunning. This is a completely full and able EDC knife. I carry this, and have done for this last couple of weeks off and on, as an EDC knife. And that blade is the blade I use for anything, because it's probably the most sturdy out of the two anyway. But it's just such a great blade. And because of the thinness of the blade, any EDC work that I do is usually cutting cardboard. Maybe a bit thicker than that, but it'll do anything. Anything at all. And I've even done it with wood as well, and you can make great feather sticks with it. I'll maybe show that the next time I have it out. And how I'm carrying it about now is I have there was somebody I was speaking to, I can't remember who it was, but they'd got a knife and they didn't know how to carry it. The clip was annoying them. Gosh, I can't remember, was it last night or the night before? They were saying the clip was a hot spot. And I'd wrote back to him to explain to him how I carry things. If I've got anything like that where I have well, this doesn't have a clip, but it's too big for me as a floater, I wouldn't throw that in the bottom of my pocket, to be honest with you. So what I do is I use this is an old Niven DC4. It was my old one, and I throw that in there because that's a wee slip, and then I have one of these wee clips that cost you about 50p from AliExpress. Buy 10, and it's only on a wee thing, and that hangs in my pocket, and it keeps it from dropping down in my pocket. It keeps it right into the side of my pocket. An excellent way to carry any knife if you don't want to use a clip. Even if you got a knife where, as I say, I can't remember, it's terrible. He had the clip and it was annoying him, but he loved the knife, but the clip really was a hot spot. So that's what I do for that, and that's a big knife. Let's just weigh that. Because it's so heavy, you wouldn't have it lying at the bottom of your pocket. Right, in ounces, it's 3.5 ounces, you know, it's nearly 3.6. We'll do that in that foreign currency. What's that? Have I got it? Grams. Where is it? There we are. And in grams, so that's 102 grams nearly. So it's by no means a wee lightweight knife. It's a proper work knife. I can do anything EDC with this that I could do with one of my Ganjos. So, but this is the way I carry it. That's the way I choose to carry it, because it's too heavy to float in the bottom of my pocket. So I have it inside there. And that's what you got, any sort of slip. It's only a matter of putting this wee clip on, and it clips in your pocket lovely. It just sits there, doesn't move, so you can get in and out of your pocket. That's my answer to that problem. Not that it's a great problem to have. So what is it that I'm liking about traditional knives? I think the fact that the word traditional is used is the point. This is the sort of knife that people used earlier on last century and before that. And there is a feeling, whereas you sit at night times and you flick your other knives, your modern knives in and out, in and out, in and out. This, you just sit and stroke. And I'm finding that can be the most relaxing thing. And then I'll take the blade out and I'll be watching TV and I'm sitting with a blade on the edge of my chair and I'm just sitting looking at it. And just the shapes that you don't get in the modern knives, you get in the traditionals. And just to put that up against, and there's my other one there. I'm going to get the mini one. I'm going to get the wee tiny mini one so I can have the set. So, but I got this. This is the Ladybug, which I believe will be about the size as the mini. Is it tiny? No, it's tiny. That's the mini. It's the tiny I've got to get. So there's the wee Ladybug there, and that gives you a sort of view of what they'll be like as a set. And isn't that lovely? And it's something you could really even take a picture of, and I can stick it around the walls here, just so, oh gosh, here I'm going off on one again. Oh dear, bless us, I don't know what I'm doing here. But no, I just love it. It's an absolutely beautiful knife, and it has impressed me with how it cuts and how it deals with anything that I have put in front of it. And I've kept it back a while because I wanted to use it. I didn't want to just do a look and see. I wanted to just this be the review of this beautiful knife, and I wanted Baz to see how much I enjoyed it and how much I will enjoy it and how much I will use it. There's very few knives I don't use. This will get used in my rotation. Beautiful. So, there we go. I mean, I'm not going to drag that anymore. I think you can tell how much it means as a gift and as it means as a knife. It's a great knife. It's just a great working knife. And even though it's a big knife, because it's a traditional, when you take it out, it isn't that scary. But again, I would take a smaller knife with me anyway. Do you know what I mean? And I would pull this out where sheep are involved and use this for the bigger stuff. But I mean, that wouldn't frighten somebody as much as a Ganzo coming out and flicking it, you know. I'll just tell them, look, it's quite a large pen knife. And when you use the word pen knife, I seem to find that takes away a lot of their fear. So, there we go, folks. Beautiful gift from Basman Blades. Please go and visit him. The other one was from Nicest Knives. Please go and visit him. And remember, the next one I'm going to do is going to be a shout out to 5 newish channels that I really would like you to go over and see when I bring them out. They're nice lads, and I believe the need. It's like everybody starting, you just want that extra few subs to give you that wee boost that keeps you going, keeps you putting your hand in your pocket and buying knives to show other people. And that's what we do. So, all the very best. I'm not going for a wee cup of tea. I've got a wee cup of tea here. I'm going to finish it. Take care now. Bye-bye. God bless. Bye.